and welcome back to Javon's channel. I know that I have been gone, but I am back. The reason I've been gone, it is my senior semester in college and classes got a little bit like crazy, but now that my online class is done and I passed that class, I can come back to you guys. So today's video is going to be a story time about how a bat this weekend, Friday night, was in my house, y'all. But we'll get into that. But before we get into that video, don't forget to hit that like button, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video when your girl returns back to YouTube. And don't forget to go check out my small sugar scrub and soap business at www.scrubwithlove.bigcartel. It will be right here. It will be in the description box. The Instagram and Facebook will also be in the description box. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, y'all. So we are going to do a story time while I curl my hair. I just got this curler. I think it was Friday, either Friday or it was Friday. It was Friday. This came from TJ Maxx. It was $30. It is the Sugar Boo curling wand set, a 3-in-1, which I love. And then look at this pretty color. Yes, the box was open. I had the lady check to make sure all the pieces were in there, and she did. So all the pieces are in there. So we are going to get into curling. It came with a glove, but I don't want to use it. Here is the curler itself. Let me see if it has, like, you know, the actual like sizes. You know how like curlers have like sizes, like this size is this size is that. There's like a paper, like, okay. And like I said in the intro, guys, I have been gone for a while because of school. It is my senior semester. I graduate May 13th, and I needed to focus on school for a little bit. And then I started a sugar scrub online business. So that has been also taking my time. Like I said, the website will be in the description box down below, and so will the Instagram and Facebook if you want to go grab you some sugar scrubs and soaps. And I don't see the sizes, but oh well, whatever. Whatever. So I know we're not going to use this big one, so I know that we'll probably use we'll probably use this one. Okay, so okay, and then you lock it. Okay, so let's get into the actual video. Sorry, I'm like rambling. I haven't done this in forever. So Friday night, hold on, I'm like trying to get this together. Hold on. But anyway, how have you guys been? I've missed you guys. I've been thinking about my YouTube like crazy, and I have been like, I've just been like out of like video ideas, I guess. Yeah. So I'm putting it on $3.90. And while it does that, I'm going to separate my hair. I dyed my extensions. They're a little tangled. And I'm going to separate this section. Yeah, so anyway, let's get into our story now that we are trucking along with our hair. So Friday night, I was taking pictures for the online sugar business that I'm doing, SugarScrub Business. And my sister was like, hey sis, can you, because she had to work that night, she was like, can you wake me up in 2 hours? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I got you. So I set my alarm for, 2 hours. And so, my niece was in her room attempting to clean it because it was a mess. And then I was doing my sugar scrubs and stuff. So the 2 hours goes by and I go in my sister's room. Well, my niece and I go in my sister's room and I'm like, sis, the 2 hours are up. And so she's not like, she's not getting up. Like most people, they don't like to wake up. So I'm like, sis, like, come on, like the 2 hours are up. You need to start getting ready for work. And so, my niece was like, I'm hungry. And I literally had just fed her like not even an hour before this. So she literally ate an hour before I woke my sister up. And I'm like, sis, like, come on, like, you got to get up. So she's like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, you literally just ate. Like, why do you want more food? So, my sister is like finally like, waking up. She's not like fully up, but she's like, she's getting there. And so I go to walk back into the kitchen. So like walk, how our house is set up. My sister's room and my room were like in the back, and then my dad's room is by the kitchen. And so I was walking back through the family room to the kitchen, and I literally, y'all, no joke, I was getting ready to walk in my sister's room and I saw something flying towards me, like flying. And I just start screaming. I'm like, ah! And I like run into my sister's room, but I like make sure my niece gets in there first. And so, I don't know, like auntie instincts, like I wasn't thinking about myself. I was thinking more about her. And so I was like, ah! And so my sister's like, what? And I'm like, it's a bat, it's a bird, a bat, a bird. And she's like, it's a burglar, lock the door. And I'm like, no, honey, it's a bat. It's a bird or a bat. And so she's like, a bird, a bat. And she's like, sis, how the F did a bird or a bat get in here? I'm like, I don't know. Your guess is as best as mine, but it's something in this house. And so we're like sitting in her room, y'all, for a good span. I want to say it was like a good 15 to maybe 30 minutes that we sat in her room locked up. And so we called my dad and we're like, because mind you, he's at work, and we're like, there's a bat. I'm like, there's a bird or a bat in here. And he's like, a bird or a bat? How did it get in here? And I'm like, we're like, I don't know. And he's like, just take a broom. Because at that point, like, we thought it was a bird. And he was like, take a broom and like swat at it. And we're like, no, like, sir, that has wings. No. And so he's like, y'all are afraid of a bird? And I'm like, yes. I don't like anything that can fly, over my head with wings. And so he was like, oh, all right, girls, well, call me when you figure it out. So I don't like how that came out, but whatever. So we're sitting in her room and we're like trying to figure out how we're going to get this at the time bird out of the house. And we're like, oh my God, like, how are we going to do this? And I was like, call 911. And she's like, sis, you literally cannot call 911 for a bat. And I'm like, yes, you can. Like, you can call 911. So we're like calling all types of places. They're like, oh, we don't do that. We don't do that. And so she calls her friend who's like a wildlife expert. Like, he he does wildlife stuff or whatever. And he's like, good, I'm at my mom's house. I'll be on my way, blah, 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 blah. So we're still at this point locked in the room. And so he comes over and we're like trying to figure out how to get him the keys and stuff so he could come in the house. Because at that point we still didn't know where it was. And so he finally comes in. So we get the courage to, come out of her room and see what's going on. And y'all, because again, at this point we thought it was a bird. And so we're looking all over. We're looking in the family room. We're looking in my room, the bathroom, my niece's room, like the kitchen, and we don't see a bird. And I'm like, y'all, like, I literally saw something with wings coming toward me. Like, this is crazy. And so, like, once we knew, like, once we didn't see a bird perched up, we knew it was a bat. So, my sister was, like, walking back to her room, and, like, we have a beam, across our ceiling. Like, we have a really high ceiling, and then we have, like, this black beam going across it. And so she happened to look in the corner, and she's like, sis. And I'm like, what? And she's like, is that it? And it's, like, laying in the corner like this. It's like, And so I, like, look, and I'm like, oh, my God, that's it. That's it. And so her friend was like, yeah, that's a bat. And so like, I grab my niece and we run in my dad's room, and he's, like, using, like, sonar to get the bat. So he, like, gets a little towel. I will insert the video, because we got a video of the bat in the towel. Ugly little creature, I must say. But, yeah, ugly little creature, I must say. But we got a video of him. So he's, like, trying to get this bat, and he got it. He got it. I don't know how he got it, but he got it with the sonar. And we, like, let it go, but it was, like, so scary. Like, that's the second time here at this house that a black bat has flown at me. In 2013, like, when we came down for the summer, after we, like, kicked out our renters, we were in the pool just chilling, and it was at nighttime, and something was, like, flying around my head, and it was going ee, and I'm like, Mom, help me, it's a bat. And that woman wouldn't help me, and I'm like, help me. But yeah, it was a bat. That time it was a bat. And now this time, and he was so small that the friend said that he got through our air conditioner vents. So, like, after that, like, after we got the bat, we closed our air conditioner vents, because I'm like, I can't sleep knowing that a bat was able to get through the air conditioner vents. Like, no ma'am. So that was that. And then, so that happened at, like, 8, 9 o'clock. So now everybody's hungry, and we're like, ugh, like, nobody feels like heating up anything in the microwave or, like, making anything. So we're like, ugh, let's order. So my niece orders McDonald's, my sister orders Panera, and I order Sonic, because I wanted a slushie so that I can put, you know, some adult juice in it after the night that we had. And y'all, let me tell you something. So, another story time. So I order my food, and my sister's, my brother-in-law orders my sister's food. And so the same dasher picks up both of our food. Well, she goes to Sonic, and she's like, she messaged me, and she's like, hey, the food is not ready, but there's another order with yours, that I'm gonna go pick up, and then I'll drop it off, and I'll come back to Sonic. And it just wasn't making sense to me. So I was like, oh, like, I was just like, okay, because at that point, it's like, what can you really, like, say? Like, okay. So, she does that. But y'all, it took forever. Like, when I tell you it took her forever just to, like, go back to the, like, to go back and get my food. So I messaged her, and I'm like, all I said was, where is my food? And she calls me. First time I've ever had a DoorDasher do this. She calls me, and she's like, excuse me, I don't have to take your attitude. I'm a DoorDasher and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I was just, like, asking where's my food. So we hang up. And so I'm still, like, waiting for my food, and I'm still, like, looking at, like, where the dasher is. And then all of a sudden it comes up, and it's like, your order has been canceled. And I'm like, who canceled my order? So I call Sonic, and I'm like, hey, like, I had a DoorDash order for Javon, blah, 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 blah. Like, can you tell me what's going on? Like, it just said that it was canceled. And he was like, yeah, so, like, we don't cancel the orders. That's a problem with DoorDash, maybe your Dasher or something. And I'm like, can you tell me, because my Dasher said, like, the food was taking too long. Can you tell me if the food is ready? Like, how long has it been sitting there? And he was like, we don't make the food until, you know, your Dasher comes and says, like, that they're here for your order. So I'm like, okay, like, what do you mean you, like, now I'm venting to my sister, because I'm like, okay, like, what does she mean she's been waiting so long if my food is not here? But anyway, so I call her. I'm like, did you cancel my order? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, yeah, because I didn't like your attitude that you had. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So I had to go through a whole thing with DoorDash. Sorry, my niece is, like, moving and knocking stuff off the bed while she sleeps. I had to go through a whole thing with DoorDash and get credits back to my account and everything. And then I ordered a second time. And the same Dasher picked up my, like, went to the location. And then canceled the order again. So I'm like, all right, like, now I'm getting mad because, like, this is, like, are you doing this to be smart? So I ordered a third time. But I, like, messaged DoorDash. I'm like, please, like, do not let her pick up my order again. Like, she has already canceled on me twice. And if she cancels again, I'm going to get mad. So, another DoorDasher picks up my order. They bring it. I didn't eat till, like, 11 o'clock. And by that time, I was just so tired and so over that night that I just wanted to go to bed. And so I did. I ended up going to bed and ended up, like, trying to call, like, the next day, like, Terminex and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. I still have to do it because the number that I called for the one company, they didn't answer. But I'm going to finish my hair and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with this tool. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, y'all, so I have finished both sides. Now, mind you, I am just doing this because I want my hair curled, and it is actually spring break, so I don't have school tomorrow, but, you know, sometimes I just feel like having my hair done. Y'all, let me tell you the stupid thing that I did. I don't know if you can see it. I burnt myself with the curler. And, like, that's not even, like... Okay. See? I burnt myself. But, basically, it's done. I am going to flexi rod it. See, like, I'm so lost because, like, I haven't done this in a while. I guess we can do a little bit of skincare. This is the Olay Regenerist Vitamin C Plus Peptide. I did wash my face earlier, so, well, before I did this video, because I just jumped out the shower. But, y'all, let me know, any other story times that you guys want me to do, if you want me to do story times. Put any other video ideas that you have in the comment section down below. Drop a heart in the comment section down below, because I did miss you guys, and I will be back. I am changing my uploading schedule. So it was Monday, Thursday, and Friday. It's now going to be Monday and Friday, just so that I have time to, you know, push content out for you guys. Yeah, but don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video from me again. I think the next video that I'm going to do will probably be like my updated skincare. Since now I make like soap that is infused with different like oils and serums. So you guys can see that. And don't forget to go to www.scrubwithlove.com. I will put it right here again, and it'll also be in the description box down below, so that you guys can go get some sugar scrubs and some soaps. Soaps are launching this week. The Vampire Diaries Sugar Scrub collection is launching on the 15th of this month. And there's, oh, and soap bundles. Soap and sugar scrub bundles are also dropping this week too. I love you guys so much and have missed you guys so much. And we'll see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.